Are you serious? The earth is breaking. Are you serious? My mind is aching. Are you serious? There's nowhere to find any eggs or bacon. Are you serious? The earth is breaking. Are you serious? Are you serious? Welcome to the coming apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and the effects of Planet X is certainly happening, guys. It's certainly happening. And what are the effects? Earthquakes in New Zealand, blizzards of biblical proportion in the Northeast, blistery blizzards on Boston and beyond. It's just becoming something of a biblical fulfillment. It's a proportions of Scripture coming to pass. I mean, is anybody out there? Yeah, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Let me just say some good news. Thursday night, 97 salvations on the salvation station. Are you serious? 97 salvations on the salvation station. I am pumped. This is amazing. And so we're excited about what God is doing. No doubt about that. So there's just so much positive energy flowing right now. But there's also some devastation with the earth. Let's put a shout out right now, if I could right now, if you guys don't mind, for www. Yep, you're going to need this, guys. www.staywinterwarm.com. That's www.staywinterwarm.com. A new report states that current heating cost for the average family is soaring. And the U.S. Energy Information Administration says that the 2021-2022 energy prices are at a multi-year high. For example, those who use gas for heat can expect to see a 30% increase in their bills and 40% if you're using electricity. This is why I highly recommend Americans get a mini heater for their households or the workplace. Right here it is. This little mini heater at www.staywinterwarm.com is incredible. Look at this. Plug it in the wall. That's easy. Got the on and off switch. That's simple. And these great features. With this remote control, what? You're able to set the timer on it, the temperature up or down, the speed of the fan. Are you serious? This is insane. And guys, and this thing heats a room like you wouldn't believe. This is why I highly recommend that you get this heater, this little heater, at www.staywinterwarm.com. That's www.staywinterwarm.com. And save 50% off by clicking the link below, clicking the link right there in the description. What's the link? www.staywinterwarm.com. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. You'll be excited and happy that you did. Heidi loves this thing. She said that's probably one of the best little contraptions, Paul. That's one of the best little products you've ever brought forth. She goes, it's beautiful. And even down here in Florida, guys, it's a little chilly. Matter of fact, tonight here in Florida, it will be the coldest night in 40 years. 26 degrees is what the projection is going to get down to. And for these folks in Florida, the Floridians, they will be frozen. Me, it's another day. It's just another day in paradise. Okay, it's just another day in paradise. Okay, guys, let me just say something right now. Let's go quickly to the story that's taking place. I want to say God bless all of you. I love all of you guys out there. Thank you for being with us. And then we're going to talk about the effects of Planet X, the conference that's going on. People have been watching it. More people have binge watched this conference than anyone we've ever done. And you can still get your ticket right now, so I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But first of all, let's go to the earthquake map. Here's what we found out, guys. Let's go there now. Unbelievable. Boom. Follow the little blue dot, but there it is. The Kermadec Islands, 6.5. They actually first said it was a 6.6. Very shallow, hitting right there in New Zealand. Okay, now if you see those two earthquakes just above it, that's actually the Kermadec Island. That's actually the Tonga. That's Tonga. And that's earthquakes that's taking place because that undersea volcano. So you got to know right now, guys, you got to know right now that that 6.5, 6.6 earthquake that happened right there on the little blue dot, that happened because of the underground volcano. Matter of fact, look at this. I hear something going off. I just don't know what to do about it. It must be on my phone somewhere. I'll deal with it in a minute. Check this out. Since this earthquake has hit, we've had a 5.3 right there, 5.3 right there, 5.1 right there, and it don't stop. 5.1, 5.0, then back up to 5.8. They're all very shallow. 5.1. What's causing it, Paul? 4.9, right on the same spot. I'll tell you what's causing it. I'll tell you exactly. 4.6 now down in New Zealand, a little bit to the left of it. I'll tell you what's causing it, guys. It's the effects of Planet X. Matter of fact, let's just, boom, it's happening right there. And we're going to keep a close eye on it. Of course, if you look at all the earthquakes, look at this, 4.5. Follow the little blue dot, Afghanistan, 4.7. South Sandwich Islands, 5.0. Again, South Sandwich Islands, 4.4. Japan, 4.6. Tonga. See how Tonga's affecting New Zealand? And that whole ridge is going to go. And that's what Mike from the World is saying. That whole ridge is going to blow. Guys, it's ripping underneath the sea. Hell is being enlarged, and that without measure. Lava, magma, the whole 9 yards. 4.6, the Banna Sea. 4.8, Japan. 4.3, Japan. 4.3, follow the little blue dot. 4.3, earthquake where? In Haiti again. 4.3, Timor. 4.5, Indonesia. And look at Alaska. I mean, I'm not even talking about that. What? It's crazy up there. You see it? Look at this. And Carlsberg Ridge, 4.2. And Haiti, 4.3. The Banda Sea, 4.3. And, looks like a quake has just hit. Give me a second. I'll get to what just happened. Fiji, 4.4. What's this over here? Way over here in this red dot. Just happened. Trinidad, 5.1. 5.1 just hit Trinidad. Tobago. That's not good. That's a big quake for over there. 4.4 Fiji. Follow the blue dot. 6.5. Here you go with New Zealand. 6.5, 5.3, 5.3, 5.1. 4.9 earthquake. That one was in El Salvador. And you can see Alaska's shaking up there, just all over that place. And then there's the 4.4 in Bolivia. It's 5.1, 5.0, 5.8. All of those right there in New Zealand. China had a 4.3. Alaska just keeps shaking, as I said, all over Alaska. Nevada, 3.3 in Imlay, Nevada. That's different than we normally see. There it is, 5.1 again, 4.9. Those are in New Zealand. And then there's a 4.8 Alaska, 4.6 Alaska, 4.7 Alaska. Oklahoma, Alex, Oklahoma had a 2.6. 4.3 Alaska, 4.6 New Zealand, 4.4 Ethiopia. What? 4.5 Argentina. And like we said, just hit 5.1 while we've been on the air here. 5.1 Trinidad, Tobago. So guys, what's happening is there's a whole lot of shaking going on and the earth is quaking. And now a little bit more about that big earthquake in New Zealand. No tsunami threat, thank God, no tsunami threat. Hawaii's going to be okay. Everybody calm down. But that was a big quake and it was shallow. And it shook up some stuff, and so we're going to keep a close eye. It's all because of the Tonga volcano. It's all because of that ridge is ripping apart in these last days. And so we're going to continue to watch these as obviously things are it's starting to intensify. It's the effects of Planet X. And also I want to say to you is, are you saved? And what did Jesus say about all this? Listen to this. Can I just read a little scripture? for a second, then we're going to get some testimonies. Let me just ask a question. I'm going to ask a question to you in the audience there on chat, and I want you to answer it, okay? And I'll read your replies. But here's the deal. The Bible said this. Jesus, of course, was sitting on the Mount of Olives. The disciples came to him, and they said, can you tell us? They said to him, what sign shall there be when these things shall come to pass? And Jesus said, take heed that you be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, and we're hearing that all over the world now, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. Okay? But the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, even if they're manufactured famines, which we're seeing in America, famines and pestilence and fearful sights. What? And great signs shall there be from heaven. Fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Let's stop right there, because Marshall Masters was able to get a picture sent to him by one of the white hats that are inside the Pentagon. This individual sent it to Marshall Masters, and Marshall shared it, showed us this picture in the Planet X webinar. It is incredible, okay? It's incredible. So you can go get your ticket, and you'll see it, and you can also hear him explain it. He's got a couple pictures. One, though, this one that was taken on July 4th, 2020, and it was taken on Soho satellite, and it was unauthorized release to us, to Marshall Masters, who has now released it to us in this webinar, The Effects of Planet X. How many of you watching right now have had a chance to go to the webinar, the summit, and have been able to watch it, have watched any of it, and can give me some feedback? So I'm going to look over here in the chat room, because I'm not sure. There's people still watching. There's 5.5 hours there. Well, let's see what anybody says here. Maybe there's somebody here that's saying, hey, I've already watched 1 episode, or maybe I've watched 2 episodes. It's going to be hard to find people, because I know what's happening. Most people stayed up for the 5.5 hours and just binge watched it. They stayed up till 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, so they're not even awake yet. But wow. If there's anybody out there who did. Wes said, no, I didn't do that. Okay. Richard says, I watched most of it. It's awesome. Thank you, Richard. Good to get your feedback. Yerlich says, Steve blew my mind. Talk about Stephen Ben-Noon. Yeah, he was great in this. Pastor Paul, it was absolutely mind-blowing. Phenomenal job, and I watched it last night. Thank you, James Mason. Appreciate it, brother. Mike from around the world was awesome, says Pastor Mike Miller. Thank you, Pastor. Love you down there in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Tamara says, I saw 2 episodes. Joe Sr. says, Mike from around the world. Pam says, I was watching Mike from around the world, and I can barely hear him over you. I'm so sorry. There's been a problem there, maybe. Hello, I can't get to the summit. Okay, is there a reason, Blessed Films? Is there a reason? Pick up the phone and call the main line, 765-414-2230. Okay, and they'll help you. They'll help you with your link. Okay, get your ticket, get your link. We're having many friends coming today to view it. So Mark, God bless you. So Mark and Deborah down there in Southern Indiana, they're going to bring a bunch of folks over, and they're all going to watch it together. And that's a lot of fun. That's great. So that shows me that a lot of people are going to see this thing, because it's not just everyone who got a ticket, but it's how many people were in their different homes watching it on that one ticket, here, there, and everywhere. And that's so cool with people getting together and they can talk about what they're seeing. How can I watch? I have password. There's no password. You buy the ticket. They send you your link in an email and you click it and you're there. Okay, very easy. Deborah says, it's marvelous blessing to look into the deeper matters for our times. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Paul says, I ordered my link to the effects of the Planet X, but I haven't received our link yet. Pick up the phone, Paul, and call the main headquarters, 765-414-2230. They'll help you out with your link. It could be in your spam, or they'll send you another one if somehow you didn't get it. Yeah, thank you. Tokyo, Japan says, blessings to all. I'm fixing to watch Stephen Bend to Noon now. Amazing, Pastor Paul and Heidi. Thank you so much. Where do I go, please? You go to my website, paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Okay? And right in the center, you'll see where it says register for your ticket. Someone said I got a broken leg. West, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. We're praying for you. Okay. Jennifer Hall says, I'm going to get my ticket today, and I'm so excited. Praise God, Jennifer. Amen to you. Am I covering the convoy? Absolutely. If you look back about 2 videos from ago, 2 or 3 videos ago, I did a complete video on the Canadian convoy. Check it out. I covered it yesterday. And I'm watching it closely today. And go truckers. Okay? Go truckers in Canada. God bless you. What happened to the breaking news? Are you talking about the earthquake? You must have just got here, because it's a 6.5 earthquake, New Zealand. Powerful quake. And in New Zealand, it's not far from where the Tonga earthquake, that whole ridge is ripping apart. And I'm telling you, this is very, very dangerous. Where do I go to get a password? There is no password. Go get your ticket. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com. paulbegleyprophecy.com. Buy your ticket. And after you buy your ticket, you will get an email that has the link for you. All you do is click on that link and you're in, okay? If you're still confused on this, call the main line, 765-414-2230. It arrived last night in Ottawa. About 30,000 U.S. truckers are there. Amazing. It arrived. I think that means maybe you arrived. I know I'm watching the trucker in Canada thing. I covered it yesterday. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I'm all over that. Pastor, when do you think Christ will come back? Look, his return is imminent, okay? God's in control of the timing. I can't create a perfect timeline for you. No one can, because nobody knows the day nor the hour. Not even Jesus can do it. But I can tell you that I can follow the sign line. I'm watching the signs. And the signs say his return is imminent. Someone said my bill was $1,050. Man, that's terrible. What was your bill for? What did you buy? What's going on? Hopefully that's not your heat bill. Whoa! It's snowing like crazy in the Northeast, guys. It is absolutely snowing like crazy. Order some coffee. Oh, you ordered some coffee, Pastor? Thank you. Yeah, and you might want to stock up. You're right. Matter of fact, I'm drinking right now the Holly Jolly. I tell you what, Heidi made me a pot of Holly Jolly this morning, and I could smell the aroma. This stuff is so good. I said, Heidi, that is, the hazelnut one and this Holly Jolly one and Jamaica Me Crazy. Those 3 flavors we have, the aroma just flows out. They're all good. All 5 of our brands are good. But man. And guys, guess what? I'm taking a couple of these little lozenges. I took 2 yesterday. I take 1 today. It's got a little bit of the preacher's croup. You guys know what that means. When you're preaching all the time or talking all the time, sometimes you're not sick. You just got a little bit of that raspy. You got that raspy. And of course, I had throat surgery 6 years ago, and I had 2 palps removed from my vocal cords, and I had my vocal cords cleaned. And it really, I had no voice left. Some of you might remember that. 2013, 2014, I absolutely had I was down to a whisper. Couldn't sing. Could not sing. And I had the surgery in it. It was miraculous, and that's why I was able to do the album, The Journey, and that's why I'm going to do another. I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to be doing another album, working on it here in the next few days. Anyway, silver lozenges or any of our silver, and this has got Manuka honey, so we got silver lozenges with Manuka honey. Wow. Also, the silver toothpaste is wonderful. Kill that bacteria. Look, no, there's too many germs. Too many germs and all kinds of viruses and things. You want to get protected. Build up that immunity. Drink your silver and get yourself ready, okay? Get yourself ready. What am we talking about? Oh, by the way, yes, Canada. Let freedom ring. God bless the Canadians. Let me just say real fast. Guys, seriously, it is cold all over the nation. I'll take a break here. Oh, and Heidi just posted at Patreon the little green file. If you go to Patreon, we just posted it. You'll see a picture of Planet X. But you'll also then look at the links below it, the picture. And if you're a member of Patreon, if you're not a member of Patreon, you should go sign up now. Go sign up now. And then right below the pictures, links, including the link of the little green file. You click on it and you get the entire file is downloaded for you right there. And you can scroll through it and you can read all that information from back in that Cincinnati conference we did back in Cincinnati 2 years ago. It's the little green file that was released for former NASA scientists that released information about Planet X. And they released it 3 years ago, and we did a conference on it because Stephen Mednoon gave me the little green file. Well, we have just now released it on Patreon. So if you go and become a member of Patreon, you can give whatever you want to give to become a member. $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, $3 a month, whatever you want to give. And by doing that, you get access to all of the information that is posted over there, including today. You can. So I know a lot of you are watching the Effects of Planet X conference going on right now, and you can get a ticket for that right now. But also, if you want to find out about that little green file about Planet X and that information, those calculations and dates and things they put in there, check it out. It's at our Patreon channel. Guys, Tara, good to see you. There's still tickets available. Oh, yes, there is. Get your ticket for Planet X. Get your ticket for the Effects of Planet X. While you're getting your tickets, let me play a song. As the earth is shaking and quaking, the devil's back is breaking, my mind is certainly aching, and folks, we're not faking. Something biblical is going on. What kind of medication are you taking? Something's going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. What? The earth can shake, the sky come down, the mountains all fall to the ground. But I will fear none of those things. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Dark waters rise, the thunder pounds, the wheels of war are going round, and all the walls are crumbling. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Yeah! Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. I The tempest roars, but in that storm, my spirit sings. Oh, shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Get your ticket. I think Mike's prophecy of the pineapple shirt is coming to pass. The dream is coming to pass. Jesus is coming. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be, and I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be. Watch the tsunami behind me. Where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Somebody needs to get saved. It's time to get born again. Yay! Hey! You know, it really is time to get born again, to give your life to Jesus Christ. We are truly running out of time. So, yes, powerful 6.6, 6.5 earthquake hit New Zealand. That's not far from the Tonga volcano. Good news, there's not going to be a tsunami roaring behind my back. They've called all the tsunamis off, so we're going to be okay with that. But keep your eyes open, guys. The earth is shaking and quaking. Meanwhile, snow is coming down. I told you it was going to be a blizzard of biblical proportion. This is all part of the effects of Planet X. And what about the bridge? Like a bridge over troubled waters, the snow brought it down. But I'm a little suspicious. Please, don't call me a conspiracy theorist. But I'm just a little suspicious. Was it God? It's only two options here. The President of the United States, Joe Biden, getting ready to fly into Pittsburgh to talk about infrastructure and to try to convince the American public to put pressure on the lawmakers that they need to pass Build Back Better because he got shot down. So he's going into Pittsburgh, right? He's going to land in 2 hours. And a bridge that's 50 years old collapses in the snow from the heavy snow. Heavy snow brings down a bridge. Do you know how many cars and semi-trucks and things go over this bridge for the last 50 years? And generally, it's very busy. But because it was snowing, there was not much traffic on there at all. And the bridge came down. And it fell just before Biden was arriving. So guess what? The President of the United States took the opportunity, as Rahm Emanuel has been teaching all those out there, never let a good crisis go to waste. So the president then takes a helicopter and flies into where the bridge is and stands and looks out over the bridge and points and says, this is why we need to pass the bill, Build Back Better. Now, it's either I'm really, really, really suspicious of the timing on that, or God is sending an omen. God is sending a prophetic sign. I'm not sure which. I could go either way with this. I pretty well know, but I think I could go either way with this because I know one thing. You don't ever estimate God's timing, I can tell you that. But also, don't never underestimate created crises and crisis situations. I mean, what are the odds, folks? I'm asking you again, what is the odds of this happening? Anyway, it's wild, isn't it? So if God is sending a sign, what does that mean? And is all of this the effects of Planet X? And what does that mean? So, wow. Get your tickets today. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how right now. And I'm going to show you what you get too, okay? So let's go there now. Here's my website, paulbegleyprophecy.com. Just go to www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's the front page right there. That's the home page. Boom. That's the home page. And right, you can see up there in the left, there's a donate button on the left corner, left top corner, and on the right top corner. You have a donate button either way. And of course, your tithe and offerings is making a difference. That's why people are getting saved. That's what this is all about. Salvation's what it's all about. It always has been for the 37 years that we've been in ministry, and for nearly 12 years online on a daily basis now. Our videos have been seen over 230 million times, which is, very important to know that there people are getting the gospel. But if you want to get your ticket, you see right there in the center, and I'll just move my cursor around. See it right there, right under Public Prophecy. Boom, right there, the effects of Planet X. Click it and get your ticket. The effects of Planet X. It's today, tomorrow. It's yesterday and today. And actually, when you get your ticket, you'll be able to watch this webinar for the next 30 days at your leisure. Price is only $39, and the speakers are Gil Brazard, which is incredible presentation. Marshall Masters is blowing everybody away. Stephen Ben-Noon shocked people with the information he got. Matter of fact, Stephen just texted me this morning. He's had 5 meetings. 5 meetings in the last week with his government counterparts, those that are working with him on Planet X. And the ancient texts that prophesied or was recorded historically about the last time Planet X was here. And then there's Mike from around the world, and he drops some heavy bombs on you in this, literally, of information from the inside. And myself and Sister Heidi, we give you a great overview presentation on the whole thing. Matter of fact, here's what you do. So now you clicked it, you got here. Now you click right here in this big, huge black button. You can't miss it. It says the effects of Planet X. Click here to register. Boom. And there it is. Right here, this is where you're able to get your tickets. You purchase it right here. It's only $39. And as soon as you buy it, then you will get an email back to you that will tell you, and that email doesn't, there's no passcodes, there's no, you got to go through all this rigmarole. We got rid of Vimeo. Since they didn't want to work with me no more, we got rid of them. And instead, and they treated me like a dog, they reneged on the contract we signed, and they tried to steal $6,000 from me, but Heidi outsmarted them, and we got it back. So that's because she's a Minson, and she's got a brilliant mind. Don't mess with her. Oh, and so here's the deal. So instead, we went and built our own website, spent extra money. I mean, it was worth it, though, to build you a nice website, easy to access, and host our webinars ourselves. So when you get your ticket, you'll get an email. The email will have a link for you, and that private link, you click on it, takes you straight to the webinar. And let me show you what that looks like. This is, let me find it. No. Let me show you what it looks like when I find it. I got it open. It's this. No. Okay. Well, which one was it? No. What? There. When you get your ticket, you'll get a link. When you get your link, you click on the link, and it takes you right there. What? Effects of Planet X. The mini summit starting, of course, last night, January 28th, and all day today. Get your ticket. Your ticket's good for 90 days. You can watch it anytime you want. And Sister Heidi and I actually give you an overview.
Is there any fear?
No, I don't have any fear because information is the old saying was when I was in business, information is lethal. Mm-hmm. Well, information is it's informative. The information gives you revelation, or it's knowledge that you need to attain to know where you're going. I can't come with the word right now, but I'm not afraid at all. I now can see more clearly the biblical prophecies coming to pass at a much more accelerated rate than I thought, but it's much more accelerated, I think we all think. I mean, the last 2 years with dealing with the pandemic and everything else we've had to deal with, and restrictions and mandates and the craziness we've seen, plus the effects on the climate and the volcanoes and all the things happening, Heidi, it's all coming faster than we thought.
Right.
So this was definitely an eye-opening presentation by these four gentlemen.
Yes. So we told you that we would put it all together for you after we took a look, and that's what we're going to do for you right now. So let's share the screen here with a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation, and let's get started.
All right.
All right. The effects.
All right. So we go down that PowerPoint presentation and give you great pictures and great information we glean from the four presentations. Of course, Stephen Ben-Noon's presentation was incredible. We're getting a lot of feedback from this one. People just love the info. Of course, he's working with the federal government right now. He's working with the CIA and with the Pentagon. They've asked him, they've actually hired him to contribute research and what he, from the ancient scripts, the ancient texts, the ancient tablets, ancient carvings, and not only the ones that he can find and knows about, but the ones they've shown him some that none's never, he's privy now. They're showing him tablets that have never been released, and it has to do with Planet X. So he's sharing this information with you of what he's found, and he's giving, of course, updates to them, because they want to know not only about Planet X coming and what the effects are on the earth, but they want to know what the spiritual effects are. What are these demons or creatures, or what are these encounters? What is these things that the ancients wrote down and said comes with it? And is it in the Bible? And how does it tie to prophecy? They want to know. Marshall Masters is incredible in this. He is absolutely brilliant. Also a Menson, at top 1% IQ in the world, just like Heidi. But he has spent the last 25 years. He retired from Silicon Valley as one of the top IT software engineers. I mean, this guy's brilliant. And he spent the last 25 years studying the effects of Planet X. He's been studying, tracking this thing. He has inside information, and he reveals some pictures even that were not supposed to be released, but there's some white hats inside the Pentagon that gave him some information and still does. And then there's Gil Brazard. His presentation, oh, by the way, Masters has about 40 slides about Planet X and tracking it and showing you how it tracks. It's incredible, and it gives you dates and timelines. This is an incredible presentation. I loved interviewing him. And then there's Gil Brazard. And Gil brings you 12 incredible charts. That's one of them there. The Earth's geographic poles will tilt 26 to 28 degrees. But he explains to you, he has 12 different charts and gives you his timeline and the biblical narrative to go along with it even. And from both he has studied the ancient scripts like Stephen Menoon, but he also is an amateur astronomer, one of the best in the world. And he has given his last 22 years to study the effects of Planet X. And then, of course, Mike from around the world will blow your mind as I interviewed him there. Incredible information. Incredible information. And my interview with Mike was 1 hour and 4 minutes. And he said to me, we're up already? He could have talked for 4 straight hours on this subject. And so I got to get him back on this. We got to get him back again on this because he wasn't done and he was just rolling. And I was just sat back and listening. It was just quite incredible. Yeah, and so that's a 1 hour. Mike from the World, that's a 1 hour and 4 minute presentation. Let's see, can I listen to any of it here?
That we have 3 seasons close to the sun. And this process of this extreme weather phenomenon is just beginning because we are lopsided regarding our orbit, and it's about to get a lot worse. Can you imagine where our Earth is tilted, of course?
Yes.
And it's in that 24 degree mark, right?
Yes.
24.5, so, or 24.5. So suppose it changed 0.5%. Let me tell you what would happen. Let's give it 1 degree.
Okay,
right?
okay, 1 degree.
More than that.
Wow.
If it shifted 1 degree toward the sun, right now it's at the, if we shifted 1 degree toward the sun, say like we're in December, so we tilt toward the sun, that almost rights the Earth a little bit. The temperature differences would be about 40 to 50 degrees.
What?
That's how much.
Well, sorry guys for yelling out loud, but yeah. Oh, he just gets started with this stuff, okay? It's incredible. It's incredible. And Gil Brazard's presentation is 1 hour and 8 minutes.
When Earth gets hit with a plasma hit, which we can show later if you want, that reverses the magnetic north of Earth. That's slide 7, Paul.
Okay, give me a moment here. I notice here in this one, Gil, that the tilt seems to be tilting toward Europe. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I'm looking at if that is the way you purposely tilted it or not on this first slide.
Normally, Earth has a normal tilt, okay, as it's going around the sun. It doesn't sit up straight, okay?
Okay.
I think it's around 23 degrees or so.
Okay.
So we're talking about an additional 26 to 28 degree
That's
movement.
huge.
And
That's
that
huge.
movement, and then that movement is going to be in between Europe and America. Actually, it'll be kind of off the coastline of Canada and Greenland is where I'm estimating the tilt. Remember, we could be off a bit, but
Right.
that's roughly where the tilt is going to be. It's going to be somewhere around 90 degrees away from Jerusalem.
Okay, the reason I want to ask this question is because last Thursday, according to Mike from around the world, last Thursday, the Earth tilted. I don't think it tilted 26 to 28 degrees, but I mean, this is an incredible conversation. And then Marshall Masters, his presentation is 1 hour and 34 minutes. Incredible.
What we were finding initially back in 2001. And that led me to my first article in 2002. And interestingly enough, it was Dr. Brian Marsden of the Smithsonian Astrophysics Lab who actually helped me do the research on that for another project. And that's how I got kicked off on it. And back then, you know, we understood the science proposition. And there's a real history. Now, for your viewers, on my site, yowusa.com, you'll see a menu option in the top menu bar for videos. And if you watch Planet X, who, what, why, where, when, and how, I'm going to give you the history of this, because what people don't know is the search for Planet X actually began shortly after the discovery of Neptune.
Okay.
And it started in Europe, came over to America with Percival Lowell, and then Clyde Tombaugh. And Percival Lowell was trying to find Neptune's perturber. And that was the real search. And he designated the term Planet X in about 1905. And it doesn't mean Planet 10.
So again, this is a tremendous, he has 40 slides, really makes it so easy. Heidi loved it because she said he broke it down to layman's terms to where people could really understand the trajectory of Planet X and how it was flowing and how it works. So again, that is another great presentation for you. And also Stephen Bendanoon, as I said, this one just surprised us all. This is a 59-minute presentation, Stephen Bendanoon. Or anything, they're just going to give us what, 72 hours notice on this thing?
And I don't know if we're even going to get that. I know that Mike from around the world, I've listened to him on your program, Brother Paul, many times. He certainly can articulate all this information probably better than most can, as well as Gil Broussard. Both of them just incredible men on expressing what's going on with this. So my take is going to be more from what has been asked of me, but also what's been shared with me as well. I can tell you right now, the gatekeepers of Planet X officially is the Vatican. The Lucifer telescope that was designed initially for the tracking of Planet X or Planet 9, whichever you want to call it. We'll call it Planet X.
I mean, yeah, he's going to blow your mind, guys, when he starts to reveal some of the inside secrets to this thing. So, again, seriously, get your ticket, okay? Get your ticket because I tell you right now, this is an incredible webinar. Go right now and get it. I'm just begging you to because I understand how good it is. Go right now and get this thing, okay? The effects of Planet X, it's that good. And I think you'll be blessed if you do. I can tell you that. Because, wow, it's just that incredible. This was the greatest information I ever seen assembled. And matter of fact, I've been getting emails this morning from people, from scientists. I got a phone call last night, actually, from a astrophysicist. Look, I can't even hardly say astrophysicist. And he said, Paul, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the best assembly of information on this subject ever assembled. No one's ever done this. You guys are brave to even do this. Thank you. Because you have to understand, the government's been denying that this thing even existed since 1992. But as you just heard Marshall Masters tell you, Percival Lowell, he identified Planet X by mathematical calculations based on the gravitational pull on the planets and studying where they were at and how they were being pulled on. He figured it out. There had to be one in 1905. And the government embraced this, and they've been studying it, and they know his numbers are real. And then all of a sudden, 1992, they were even calling it Planet X. And of course, the ancients have been telling us this stuff forever, guys. And the Bible, if you don't even believe, okay, get this, if you don't believe the scientist, if you don't believe the scientist, and if you don't believe the ancient text from the Peruvians or the Mayans or the Incas or the North American Indian legends or the Chinese documents or the glyphs and the tablets from ancient Egypt or the Torah, the Old Testament of the Bible, or the prophecies of Christ in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and the Revelation, the book of the Apocalypse by John. Let's say you don't believe any of those things. You still can't stop the effects of Planet X. And let me just tell you something. You forget all of the science and forget all of the theories and all the noise and all the conspiracy theories. Just forget them all. If you didn't know anything else, the Bible tells you exactly what's going to happen. And it just so happens that what the Bible says is going to happen is what the scientists are now recognizing and what the ancient texts have already told us. So it is going to happen. The question is, where will you be when this takes place? Will you have been born again, or will you be left behind? Yeah, Zechariah Stitchin, he even studied it. Now, there were some things about his beliefs that I didn't go along with. I mean, there was some of his doctrine, But he was right when it comes to the effects of Planet X. And that's Zechariah Stitchin. Also, Immanuel Velikovsky, who wrote the book Worlds in Collision. That one, he wrote that back in the late 50s, early 60s. Tremendous book, gives you the accounts and the effects of Planet X from ancient scripts that he gathered, plus the scientific information we knew back then. So what I'm saying is, my bottom line is this. I don't know the day. I don't know the hour. I don't know when Jesus is coming, but I can see the day approaching, and we are living in the last days. And oh, by the way, why are the global elitists so worried about building underground cities? Why are they building ghost towns? Why have they been assembling and storing and preparing? Why has Elon Musk been so focused on trying to get ready for a colony on Mars or the moon? Why has there been such stress? And why are all the movies by Hollywood, Deep Impact and Armageddon and Greenland and 2012 and blah, blah, and just on and on and on, because they all know it's coming. They all know it's coming, and the question is, they don't know what to do about it, and they're hoping the Bible, that the prophecies of the Bible are not true. That's what they're hoping. But what's making them nervous is every scientific information they get keeps backing up the Bible, and they're starting to worry that maybe it is true that Jesus Christ of Nazareth is about to come back and get his bride. He's about to come back and get the church. He's about to come back and get me and you. And they're going to be left behind. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. We're running out of time. I'll be back later today with some more information. Keep looking up, because your redemption is drawing nigh. God bless. You can get your ticket at my website. Go there now. Hurry. Are you serious? Are you saved? Are you saved?